Welcome everybody to a look at a new Vinegar Syndrome release, and it is 1996's Robo Warriors. So this is directed by Ian Barry, who did The Chain Reaction, not the Chain Reaction film from the 90s with Keanu Reeves, but the 1980 film about a toxic spill or oil radiation spill or something that a couple of people find out about and then end up getting on chased around Australia and whatever to have it covered up. So it's a mix of like conspiracy thriller and Mad Max, basically, in a lot of ways. But regardless, this is a post-apocalyptic mecha science fiction film. Clocks in at 89 minutes long. Stars the likes of James Remar, who I've seen in apparently 19 other films, but he's rarely been a lead actor in any of those films. Most well known for the likes of The Warriors, but he had supporting roles in the likes of Too Fast, Too Furious, 48 Hours, and Django Unchained, and also stars James Tolkien, who you might well recognise as the high school principal in the first two Back to the Future films. In the third one, he actually played a marshal. So, yeah, not a massively stacked cast, unfortunately. But nonetheless, it is the year 2036, and Earth is under harsh occupation by a reptilian alien race called the Pterodax. Years before, all interplanetary warfare was reduced to a face-off between two 30-foot tall 30-story tall gladiator robots, each piloted by a single fighter. One of those fighters, a Robo warrior from Earth, once upon a time fought back against these invaders. But these are just dusty old stories told by Charlie to his 12-year-old grandson Zach, as the Pterodox have eliminated all but one final Robo warrior, Ray Gibson, who has been in hiding for years. Zach sets out on a perilous mission to find Gibson and the mythic Earthbot, which is humankind's final chance to free itself from the cruel pterodax and once again control its own destiny. So, yeah, not massively original in terms of its plot synopsis there, and the aliens themselves are a little bit cheaply done. They still walk around like humans, for instance, and it's only really the face makeup that looks any different to us. But that said, this also isn't quite my favourite of the mecha science fiction films that I've seen, with Robot Jocks being the only other one, which came out earlier in the decade. I found that film to be slightly better, but this is still an enjoyable effort despite the limitations of its budget being obvious at certain points. So I think Robot Jocks had about a $10 million budget. This has a $3 million budget. So, yeah, quite reduced in size of budget there, and it kind of shows in some ways. But that said, the budget is used to make the mecha action as good as possible. While it is rather enjoyable during the two main scenes that it features in, the cast is also decent. The pacing is on point. The design of the mechs is well thought out. It's generally engaging. The score is great. The action scenes are fun, and it is well shot. But you can definitely tell that they put most, if not 95% of the budget into the mechs themselves and the mech action as well. Because outside of that, like I said, the aliens are really rather kind of lazily done. The post-apocalyptic world doesn't really feel all that post-apocalyptic, and yeah, outside of the mech action, there's not much other action going on there either. But still, it's a solid 3.5 out of 5 and much better than I was expecting it to be. So apparently there are two other mech action films out there that came out between this: Crash and Burn and Robot Wars, not related to the TV series. But all three, this and those other two, were also kind of billed as like subsequent Robo Jocks films. I think this was titled as Robot Jocks 3 or 4 in some territories, but it doesn't have any relation to that film outside of giant robots fighting each other. Plus, unlike the other three films that I mentioned, this isn't stop motion. It's basically just miniatures and people in these mech suits to make them look like they are real. So, yeah, a little bit cheaper done than those. Well, at least RoboDrops in terms of its stop motion, and because it isn't stop motion as well, it's a bit more limited in what the action can be like. But like I said, it gets away with it for the most part, and yeah, still enjoyable. So it's a 3.5 out of 5. I think I gave Robot Drops 4 out of 5. So, and I think the real reason that has the edge is purely because of the stop motion execution and the higher budget. So we have a reversible sleeve artwork for this as well. Get it out. There we go. So we've got the artwork that we've seen on the slipcover, and then we've got the original artwork on the reverse, which again is kind of similar to Robot Jocks, I feel. And then we have the sleeve itself. So I really do like the new art that they've got going on. And then you got I'm not sure if that's new artwork or another version of the artwork that was used at the time, but still, that's nice enough. We also get a poster with this, which is quite sizable, so I'm surprised I've been able to fit it in the case itself. And that has the new artwork on one side and the other artwork on the other side, which again, I'm not sure is new or not. So yeah, it's nice to have the new artwork in full big full blown poster. And then we go the other one as well. Some decently thick paper and such. And in terms of extras on the disc, we've got newly scanned and restored in 2K from its 35mm into positive. Looks really good. No issues at all in terms of sound or video quality at all. But again, I haven't seen this in any other version, VHS or DVD or such, so can't really compare and contrast. Got brand new commentary track with cinematographer John Stokes, moderated by film critic Walter Shaw. The Footsteps of Giants, that clocks in at 42 minutes long. A brand new making of documentary featuring interviews with the director Ian Barry, producer Lucas George, uh, visual effects supervisor Sam Nicholson, and cinematographer John Stokes. The reversible sleeve artwork I've shown you, and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing as well. So yeah, overall a pretty solid release. Like I said though, I haven't seen Crash and Burn and Robot War, so I have nothing to compare up against in terms of those that were a bit closer to the release of this one. But Robot Jocks that came out 6-7 years before this is marginally better. But on the whole, far better than I was expecting it to be. And if your expectations are quite moderate, then you hopefully will enjoy it as much as I did as well, if not more. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, let me know your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.